In this video, I'm going to define three terms relating to triangles. All right, so if I have a triangle, and triangles they have three sides, they have three vertices, they have three interior angles. If I was to draw an angle from one of the vertices to the opposite side, and if that, if I was to draw a line segment from one of the vertices to the opposite side, and if that happened to make a right angle with the opposite side, then that stick, that line segment that goes from one vertex to the opposite side making a right angle, that's called an altitude. All right. Now, suppose that instead of making a right angle, suppose I chose to do the following. Suppose instead I drew an angle, a line segment from one vertex to the opposite side, but it went to the midpoint. Okay, so in other words, the opposite side was cut into two congruent pieces. All right, if it does that, if it goes to the midpoint, then that is referred to as the median. All right, and lastly, what if instead of going to the median or making a right angle, what if I chose to do this? What if I chose to start from a vertex, go to the opposite side, and I chose to divide the starting angle into two congruent angles? Okay, so we're not guaranteeing it goes to the midpoint of the opposite side. We're not guaranteeing that it makes a right angle. All we're saying is that it's going to chop the starting angle into two congruent angles. Okay, in that case, that is called an angle bisector. Now, this is useful because in a lot of situations, let's say where you want to show that two triangles are congruent, and you have your theorems that can help you, right? ASA, SSS, SAS. In those situations, a lot of times the givens, in other words, what you know, you'll know that, well, this line segment is an altitude or a bisector, angle bisector, or a median. Okay, now embedded in those terms are useful information that you can use to see if you can satisfy the conditions of your SAS theorem, SSS theorem, ASA theorems. All right, so that's why it's useful to know what these terms imply.